there, good to see you. Thanks for making it Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Audrey Williams, and I'll be taking you through the pages today. Stay with us.
The Disabilities Act will protect the rights of all persons with disabilities. And here's a great teaching moment. Every person with a disability, like a deaf or hard of hearing child, for example, has the right to an education with accessible facilities and the support they need. In this case, it would be a teacher who can use the language of the deaf, which is sign language. Visit jcpdja.com. A message from the JCPD, an agency of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security.
Good day, I'm Carrie-Ann Smith, and this is your GIS News for Friday, September 7. Prime Minister Andrew Holness and other CARICOM members have renewed their commitment to tackling critical issues affecting the full implementation of the Single Market and Economy CSME. At the 9th meeting of the Prime Ministerial Subcommittee on the CSME in Barbados Wednesday, regional leaders discussed the free movement of persons, skills, services, and establishment. Contingent rights, labor, travel facilitation, and the role of the private sector were also covered at the meeting. Expressing satisfaction with the pace of discussions, CARICOM Chairman Prime Minister Andrew Holness urged member states to move forward with agreements reached at July's conference in Montego Bay. He also encouraged member states to ensure that frameworks were in place to consistently monitor implementation of those commitments. In the meantime, strides have been made to align regional procurement and economic policies to include deposit insurance and credit bureaus. Those discussions were strengthened following Tuesday's meeting of regional finance ministers. The ministers met as part of the 6th special meeting of the Council for Finance and Planning. 155,813 children under the Program of Advancement through Health and Education PATH will each receive a grant of $3,500 to help with this year's school expenses. Payments will be made available to registered PATH students in primary and secondary schools across the island on September 11 through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. Portfolio Minister Shahini Robinson says the new grant scheme is part of the ministry's work to increase and improve its social safety net programs.
Every child must have the opportunity to stay in school, and every child must have the opportunity to learn. Therefore, this new benefit will be made annually and will be paid again in the August 2019 payment cycle and in ensuing years.
The Education Ministry will be hosting a series of primary exit profile PEP camps to provide additional support to students, teachers, and parents. PEP will replace the Grade 6 Achievement Test GSAT as the National Secondary School Placement Examination next year. Chief Education Officer Dr. Grace McLean says the PEP camps are designed to assist parents, children, and all other stakeholders get a proper understanding of the exam. The camps will be held from September 15 to October 21 and will be held at venues in each of the ministry's 6 regions. For registration and additional information about the camps, interested persons can email tonyann.rankin@ncel.gov.jm or call, text, and WhatsApp 876-552-8376. More workers are choosing to seek conciliation services of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security directly. As a result, there has been a sharp decrease in unionized cases being referred to the Industrial Dispute Tribunal IDT for settlement. Portfolio Minister Shahini Robinson gave the update Tuesday at her quarterly press briefing.
For the period January 2017 through December 2017, 62 disputes were referred to the IDT. Of these disputes, 55 or 89% were non-unionized cases, while only 7 or 11% were unionized cases. As of August 2018, of the total number of cases sent to the IDT for arbitration, only 9 were unionized.
The IDT currently has 67 active and 5 inactive disputes. The 5 inactive disputes are currently before the courts. In the meantime, Minister Robinson said the state was finalizing the lease agreement for the IDT offices in Western Jamaica. It should give workers and employers greater access to the IDT's arbitration services by the end of the financial year. Meanwhile, the Labour and Social Security Minister says no decision has been made to redesign the National Insurance Fund NIF's portfolio. She, however, says the NIF will be merged with the National Insurance Scheme and be given corporate status. According to Minister Robinson, reports of impending fund management outsourcing, including multiple private pension fund managers, are merely speculative.
A consulting firm has been hired, and we await their deliberations to create greater value for the pensioners who benefit from this fund.
Minister Robinson says the consultants will carry out a comprehensive review of the NIF's investment and risk management policies. In the meantime, she says the NIF recorded strong financial performance, with net assets growing to $106.2 billion at the end of March 2018.
For the first quarter in this fiscal year, the net assets of the NIF grew by 7.37% to $114.02 billion, when compared to 2.03% over the similar quarter of the 2017-2018 financial year.
Over the last 3 years, the NIF's investment portfolio has been diversified to include equities, real estate bonds, and loans. Since the start of this financial year, the equity portfolio has grown by 7.16%, while the bonds and loans portfolios are up 9.67%. And finally, the east and westbound approaches to the 3 Miles intersection along Spanish Town Road in the corporate area are to be closed. The closure takes effect this Sunday and is expected to last at least 8 months. This will effectively prohibit traffic through the 3 Miles intersection. The National Works Agency, NWA, says this additional traffic change is to accommodate the ongoing bridge construction work at the location. A double-tier overpass bridge is being constructed at 3 Miles as part of the Hagley Park Road Improvement Project. Motorists heading towards 6 Miles from downtown Kingston along Spanish Town Road should use Waltham Park Road, Bay Farm Road, and Penwood Road, exiting at Spanish Town Road in the vicinity of Amalgamated Distributors. The opposite obtains for persons traveling from 6 Miles along Spanish Town Road towards downtown Kingston. And that's it for GIS News today. I'm Carrie-Ann Smith. Thanks for watching.
Stand up and get in the race.
I can become the master of my destiny.
Step up your stride, make we work like a harder. Do it like Veronica, more than a supper.
We can rise above the challenges and shine.
Was with passion in your heart. Make a plan and stop all the idling. You think that's so? We reach a the edging. I can, you can. Like our Olympians, every Jamaican can.
Have you heard about cheetah? Not the fastest land animal. I'm talking about the educational company that's helping Jamaican students learn through the use of a host of electronic and educational tools. Haven't heard about it? Don't worry, this is your lucky day. Our next feature will give you all the details.
The cheetah is known all over the globe as the fastest land animal in the world. But right here in Jamaica, there is a special type of cheetah that is not only known for its speed, but also for its unique relationship with students across the education system.
So our company name again is Cheetah. It's an acronym, Connect to Higher Education, Electronic Tools, Application and Help. So I thought it was more appropriate to definitely have a mascot, a live mascot that symbolizes our company. Our students have really liked it in terms of we have done dancing contests. So a lot of times we could see, how can you dance better than a cheetah. Okay, so here we go. Are we ready? Are we ready? All right, let's start.
In addition to, and arguably more important than its engaging cheetah mascot, this self-funded informal charitable arm donates numerous educational content and electronic tools to selected schools across Jamaica. These institutions are chosen on a needs basis.
So the tools include some of our books. We have a lot of books that we have created. Some of them are already on the ministry's book list. Like for instance, we have a book, Not Another Me, which coincidentally aligns with the Ministries of Education theme about who am I. And it's a great book in dual language, Spanish and English. And the words of the book are lyrics to a song. And it's a nice reggae song, I'm a cheetah. And I searched all over and could not find another me. That's one of the many books that we have. And then we also have even our dancing cheetah toy. And I have him right here. Children love him. And so we have our books, we have our toy, we have our tablets.
We got approximately 80 tablets from the Cheetah project. We have been using those tablets for almost 2 to 3 years now. And they are helping us tremendously in reading and in mathematics. Students are now encouraged to use IT in their studies, and I'm quite certain when the students leave Norman Gardens for high school, they are going to be well prepared where technology is concerned.
I think it helps with the students so that they can learn how to do different types of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and other topics.
There's no way I know I could do it on my own. It's a big collaborative effort, and so I needed other persons to be on board with me. And so the first person I called was the person who I've interacted most, Ministry of Education. They have purchased most of my tools throughout the years.
The ministry has been in partnership with Cheetah Toys, as the company is called, since 2015. It has been going exceptionally well. She has also supported us in terms of scholarships for some of our students, and she's also participating in the development of PEP questions, working with our curriculum and other education officers. And last year, she actually did some GSAT preparation sessions for selected schools across the island.
The measurement for this line is what? 180. Now that I've drawn a line right here, what is the measurement for this side? 90 degrees. What is the measurement for this side? 90 degrees. Good. So you're going to pray, and you're also going to do proper planning and preparation prevents poor performance.
So what we're trying to do overall is just to inspire the children, to encourage them, and also to give them some of the tools that we believe will help them to excel. So we want to also be considered as a teacher's helpers. We're not going to go in and do something entirely new. We want to work in collaboration with the teachers, recognize what they need, and see how best we can help to facilitate them.
And I know the question you've all been asking is, why the name Cheetah?
I've always loved the color cheetah. I'm wearing my tie today, but I usually love the print. And then later when I've done the research, I found that cheetah is so different. It has made a name for itself. It's the fastest of all the land animals. So I think that the cheetah has a lot to offer. And I think like cheetah, the students that we're trying to impact, trying to inspire, they could also make a name for themselves.
Mommy?
Yes, Zoe?
Can we read this book? It will only take 10 minutes.
Sure, sit down. Every spring, Madame Angel Wing arranges.
Do you have 10 minutes? Read with your child today. Reading with your children for just 10 minutes each day helps develop their language and listening skills, stimulates their imagination, and expands their understanding of the world. So, start reading with your child today.
Today marks the 99th anniversary of the Honorable Louise Bennett Coverley's birth. This world-renowned cultural giant not only made the Jamaican patois an accepted language through her many artistic creations, but was kind enough to donate a significant portion of her personal collection to the National Library of Jamaica to remind Jamaicans just how great our culture is. Here's more about the Miss Lou archives.
This long time, girl, we never see you.
You're just walking up and down like my auntie Ruth said, keep by your mouth, the girl tree. You make a fool, so Liza, spread out yourself.
I've learned that people will forget what you have said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Miss Lou made us feel happy, proud to be who we are.
When you're talking to me, talking Jamaican, I mean, for second, you're blind.
I wheel right through the gate, you see, man, and all the call, I wouldn't look. I don't business in them cascas, for my life is open book. Oh.
On October 20, 2016, 10 years after her death in 2006, Jamaica's queen of social commentary peppered with laughter is again allowing us an unfettered view into her life. Documents she donated to the National Library of Jamaica upon her migration to Toronto, Canada in the latter years of her life have been archived and officially launched for public consumption.
Memories are essential to our humanity. And as human beings, we have an innate need to remember the past.
We must record our stories, and we must preserve and protect our heritage and our history.
With the archives now at the National Library, it will facilitate keeping the memories of Miss Lou alive, and that we do not forget what she did and how she did it.
Louise Bennett was a profoundly influential figure in the development of Jamaican self-confidence.
She taught us to value the creation of our people, to accept our ways of expression, to celebrate our unique Jamaican swag and spirit, and to be confident in who we are. Therefore, Miss Lou will not and cannot be confined to our glorious past. She is still very relevant today.
Thank you.
Through this new resource, Miss Lou Archives, we get a glimpse into the life of this Jamaican cultural icon as we have never ever seen before. The Miss Lou Archives presents the personal collection of unpublished material including photographs, recordings, diaries, letters, and drafts in her own handwriting and other artifacts. It adds to the vast trove of works by Jamaicans and about Jamaica, which is housed here at the National Library of Jamaica.
As of today, persons researching the evolution of Jamaican literature, Jamaican language, Jamaican theatre, folklore, and the life of the Honorable Louise Bennett Coverley herself will not have done thorough enough research unless they consult these archives.
So much was donated that the newly unveiled catalogue represents only about 80% of what is available. Much more is still to be catalogued from the personal papers of Miss Lou's husband, Eric Coverley, who was himself a theatre legend.
Today, not only are we celebrating Miss Lou, but we are celebrating Eric Coverley. We have to recognize the part that he has played. He also was an extremely creative individual.
The Miss Lou and Eric Coverley Archives is located in the Special Collections Department of the National Library. The collection is organized into 10 main series, which are further divided into other sub-series.
You will be able to access it online. However, to view the documents, you will need to come to the National Library of Jamaica. Clients can consult the archive. You can make notes, but when you must acknowledge where you got the information from. In order for you to get copies, to use in a publication or any other form of reproduction, you must contact Miss Lou's estate.
Miss Lou was selfless and operated in the premise that she would not hide her talent under a bushel, but to share it not only with her fellow Jamaicans, but persons all over the world.
She was Jamaica. We didn't think she would be going anywhere. As a matter of fact, we thought she would be with you forever. And in the form of her papers, she is with us forever.
I wish not for preeminence nor grand prize in a lottery, but power to express my whims and thoughts. in poetry.
Accept on madness. Accept on madness. Madness is the successor of hard work. Hard work, Miss Lee. Hard work. Therefore, if the madness is the successor of hard work, who are the maddest person here?
You're just walking up and down like my auntie Roach say, keep by your mouth, the girl tree. You make your fool so Liza, spread out yourself.
Long time, girl, me never see you. Come let me hold you hand. It is a long time, girl, me never see you. Come let me hold you hand.
Hear this, youth, older people, mature people, anyone who is listening right now, don't wait for extraordinary moments. Seize small opportunities and make them great. I've learned that through this experience. So if you have an idea, there's something that you want to do and you have not sought out an avenue, trust me, the time is now. Get it done.
So the first week of the new school year has ended, and I know some of the nervousness and anxiety has disappeared. But for those of you who are in 5th or 6th form, you may still be a little jittery. And I think I know why. It is our hope that this next feature will take away some of your academic worries.
For those students going into 5th form and 6th form this year, you might be a little bit nervous. Why? Because you have the CAPE and CSEC subjects to sit. But don't worry, we have invited 2 young men who recently completed their examinations to speak to you on how their experience was and to give you some tips on how you can do your best this year. Joining me are Gawain Wright and Dwayne Henriquez. Thanks for joining me, guys.
You're welcome, miss.
Okay, Gawain. So, which school are you coming from?
I'm coming from the Mona High School, and I sat chemistry, biology, physics, maths, English, electrical, geography, and social studies. I got a 1 in all sciences, a 1 in math, English, electrical, and I got 2 in social study and geography.
Congratulations. So I guess you can talk to students now, give them some of the studying techniques that you use to do so well in your exams. What are the tricks that you used?
Well, for me, I ensured that I became comfortable with the information that was given to me. And so when it is drawing near to examination period, I don't have to stress about getting that information inside because it would already been in my mind. The next thing I do is I make a study timetable, so I spend equal amount of time in each subject area. The next thing I do is I try my best to have interest in all my subjects, because without interest, you will not do well in that subject area.
Awesome. So Gawain, were there any persons in your life who helped you to, to push yourself to do well academically?
Yes, indeed, miss. I would first of all like to say it wouldn't be possible without God. And my sister was the main driving force behind me. She would be there, she would give me the motivation that I needed, and she would help me with my work. She's a scientist herself, and so if I have any issues with homeworks or stuff like that, she would give me advice and show me the right path.
Okay, tell me about some of the activities that you were involved in at Mona, some of the prizes that you received. I'm sure you got some.
I was the science club president, the maths club president, and I was a part of the Spanish club also.
And the final question is, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
I see myself in a lab with all my students, and we are doing work that we all enjoy and trying to better the scientific area of this world.
Thank you so much, Gawain, and I hope that you will achieve your goal of becoming a lab technician just like your sister. And now we will be joined by Cape student Dwayne Henriquez from the Spalding High School in Clarendon. So Dwayne, you just completed Cape. Was it upper 6 or lower 6? Tell me a little bit about the grades and the subjects that you did at Spalding High.
Well, I'm from Cobbler in Manchester. I did MOB, which is Management of Business, Principles of Accounts, Sociology, Caribbean Studies. I got 3 2s and 3 4s.
Awesome. So, Dwayne, did you know that you'd have done as well as you did, and why?
I have a lot of persons around me motivating me to do well. They helped me academically, they motivated me, and also financially. Without these persons, I wouldn't have done so well, as I would be worried about things like finances and if no one really cared or that sort of things like that.
Okay. What will you be doing for the rest of the year?
I'll be attending the University of the West Indies, doing Bachelor of Science degree in Banking and Finance.
What is your advice to students like Gawain who will be sitting Cape subjects this year?
My advice to students doing Cape this year is that you must manage your time wisely because it's a lot of work. The Cape syllabus is very wide. Just practice independent learning, read widely, so you can keep in check with your teachers, do your IAs on time, which is a very important part of doing Cape and a very time-consuming part of doing Cape. Hard work is one of the kindest things, and it won't disappoint. Once you work hard, you can get anything you want in life.
Thank you so much, Gawain.
Thanks.
So there you have it. Wise advice from Gawain and Dwayne. If you're entering 6th or 5th form this year, I hope that you were jotting down those tips and, I hope you were thinking about what they said. All the best in your future endeavors. I know you will do well.
And just like that, we have arrived at the last page of today's magazine. But don't worry, you can turn the pages with us again tomorrow and every day after tomorrow. While you wait, visit our website, jis.gov.jm, for our daily video uploads and news stories. You may also follow us on all our social media sites for the latest information on government programs and initiatives. I'm Audrey. Thanks for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.